Well, today we're going to do a few more updates and tweaking of Brenda's motorcycle. She needs a few more things adjusted. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be changing her seat out. Her seat is supposed to be a reduced reach seat, so it moves her forward a little bit. So we'll show you that. And then she bought a bag, a small leatherette bag that goes on the windshield because she needs a place to put her candies while she's riding. And there's no storage on the front of the bike. So we're gonna do that. And then let's see, last, we're gonna adjust her shocks. So we have to take her saddlebags off to do that. So just those few changes and we'll get this thing all buttoned up and ready for her to do some long distance traveling. Okay, so the first thing we're going to change out is a seat. We have a new seat here. It's an Indian seat, and this one here looks very similar to the one that's on the bike, but what we're going to do is we're going to put that on. That's going to move her just about an inch more forward, and along with her handlebars, which are pulled back more, which they come back a couple inches further than the stock bars. So with those two things, I think she's gonna fit in here pretty good. She's not a very large person. So after that, what we're gonna do is we're going to put a bag on the windshield, and I'll show you what that looks like. So she got this little bag here, and this little bag's gonna go right down in this area. There's not a lot of room down in here. There's not a lot of room between the triple tree here and the windshield, so she had to get a small bag. And unfortunately on this model motorcycle, they don't have a center bolt like most do. So the bag that she bought is set up to have a center bolt. So I'm going to basically have to take that bracket off from there, this one right here. This kind of keeps it from rotating on the center bolt. So I'm going to take that off. Okay, I didn't show it, but we put the new seat on. Basically, if you look at the profile of it, what it did was it moved this portion forward just a little bit more forward. So when you sit on the bike, you're about that much more forward. So you got that taken care of. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these saddlebags. And the first thing is we got to get rid of this bracket here. I'm going to loosen that up. So there's two bolts right here, and we'll get those loosened, and then we'll take the two that are in here off, and I'll show you what we're going to do with the shock. I see. Got a little lift. There you go. Okay. What this shows us is, I'll show you the quick disconnect on this thing. And there's a little bolt that goes right in here, and that locks this lever down, so you can't just pop it up and lift off the sissy bar. Don't want that to happen. So we'll put those bolts in before we put the bags back on. But the reason why we took the bags off is so that I can adjust these two rings here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to back them down to where my fingernail is. So it's not much of a change. It's about a thickness of one of these lock nuts. So Indian gives you two of these wrenches, and one to loosen one nut, and hold on to the other one. That way you can lock them down. What I did was I did a little adjustment. I only took about 50% of it out, moved it down, and she gets a drop of about 3/8 of an inch, something like that. I think it's supposed to be 3/4 is what they say in the manual, fully loaded and everything. But she just jumped on it with tennis shoes, no jacket, no gear, no nothing, and it went down 3/8 of an inch. So we think that's going to be pretty good. And right there is where the screw goes. I've got the screws I was wondering what these screws were when we got the bike. They were in a box. And I thought, okay, well, I found out what they're for. So I'm going to put those in. And that'll be it for that. And the next thing we're going to work on is the windshield bag. Well, that was unfortunate. One of the two bolts that goes in down here, this one here, I went and I kind of cross-threaded it. So I've got to run up to the Harbor Freights and get something to tap that out. And I think I'll get me some T-handled Allens. Make it a little easier to get it to go in straight. So the next project I have now is I'm gonna mess with this little bag that Brenda bought. And I got to drill out these two rivets. Once I get these rivets out, then we'll figure out how to mount this onto the windshield. I'll probably take the windshield off and take it in the house maybe and work on it there. Okay, we got those off, so I just have three little holes here that I have to, I don't know, I can seal them up. Next thing is, we'll try and put this on the windshield. So I'm going to get the windshield off the bike, bring it in the house. Is I have to take these two bolts out and somehow transfer that hole pattern onto the back of the bag. Interesting, these bolts have a lot to them. There's the I took the top one out. I'm hoping that the length of this is might have to get a longer one. I don't know. I want it to look the same on the outside from the front of the windshield, so I'm gonna have to shop around, see if I can find a stainless steel bolt that's maybe 1/4 of an inch longer, or maybe 1/8 of an inch. I don't know. That's might be a little tough. But what they have is once you take the acorn nut off, then it has a rubber washer and a plastic washer. So 2 washers, and then in here is a spacer. So it's got a little metal spacer that goes in here. So a lot of little parts there, a lot of things to lose if you don't, be careful. So we're gonna get this one off. Well, we got those adjustments done. Bags are back on, seats on. Got the little bag on the windshield. You can see it, it's down there. But if you're sitting on the bike and you're riding, you have to just reach down here, flip that little thing over, and get your candies or your Twinkies or whatever you've got there, hook it back up. So you can still do that while you're riding. It is small, you can't put a lot there, not even a pair of gloves or anything, but just handy for little things. And so just a few more adjustments done. I don't know what else we have to do. We've got our cup holder on, so we've got that's a drink thing. I don't know where I got that on eBay or something, just a small little bag. I just did a search for small windshield bags for motorcycles. Piece of cake. The only thing that's left to do is I still have to fix the threads in there and put that bolt in. These are now locked in with extra screws, so they're safety locked. Seats on. I don't know what else we can do other than the phone mount. She has a phone mount, and she has some Kuriakin foot pegs that she's not sure she wants them on this bike or not, so that's yet to come, possibly. So next video I think might be in discussion of the front forks, and see if we can get rid of the clicking sound that's going on in here. And that's going to happen midweek. So maybe in about a week we'll have a video out and have that information, let you guys know if it's fixed or what Indian's going to do about it. So until next time.